All right. We just had closing arguments in the Planned Parenthood versus CMP trial. The trial lasted 6 weeks. And at the end of the trial, the attorneys all got up and gave their closing arguments. And at the end of those arguments, we're feeling pretty good about at least that the case we put on was a strong one. We put on a very good defense of the actions of David and CMP and the other defendants, Troy Newman, Alvin Romberg, and the others, as that this was a undercover video project, undercover investigative journalism project, that the intent was to expose Planned Parenthood's crimes. And I don't think Planned Parenthood was trying to say, oh, you're trying to destroy Planned Parenthood. I wouldn't say investigating the crimes of a corporation, a big advocacy organization is inconsistent with saying that you want to damage their brand. Absolutely. You want to expose what they're doing? Absolutely. And maybe bring them down? Absolutely. That's what investigative journalism, when an animal rights group is investigating a animal meat processing factory or something like that, that's what they plan to do when they want to take Tyson's down. And so there's nothing shameful or illegal about that goal, and especially now when you're talking about Planned Parenthood, which is a major, it's not just healthcare providers they put it. That was probably one of the more galling things, was to hear them say, well, every dollar we had to spend on these security or preventing future infiltrations was a dollar not used in healthcare. I was thinking, how about take it out of your lobbying budget? You got a lot of extra fat over there in the lobbying budget that you could have been spending your money on, that instead of saying, oh no, we have to have these people pay us back. And it just didn't make sense. The claims they were making about what they spent their, that they want us to pay for consulting services for someone to tell them, you really should ask more questions before you allow people into your conferences. That's not rocket science. You don't need a consultant to tell you that. And it was clear that the person who had made that decision for Planned Parenthood, he was very new to the job, and he just reacted and just decided to start spending money like water. So, and as far as the illegal recording claims, we proved that these were recordings that were made in areas where lots of other people around could overhear. Planned Parenthood doesn't have, their only defense is, well, we thought they all believed like we did, and that's not a defense in any, doesn't establish an expectation of privacy in any of these statutes to say, well, yeah, I could be overheard, but I thought they were all on the same page with me. And the other claims, fraud. Again, fraud is just a word that means misrepresentation plus damages, like selling shares in a gold mine. It's investigative journalism. It involves misrepresentation, but it's not fraud. So I felt that we did manage to get those concepts across to the jury. So we'll have to see what happens.